What is up, everybody? You guys are tuned in to another segment of DJ Sports Play. And in today's episode, we will be discussing the AFC and the NFC Championship games that just went down this Sunday. So let's get into it. So first off, we're going to start off with the New England Patriots going up against the Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium. And honestly, this game was a snooze fest. The Patriots won 10-7 to go on to the Super Bowl, to advance to the bowl. And this game was grimy because of the weather conditions. Really was coming down to who was getting the most stops on defense, who was keeping the other team off the field. Now, Jarrett Stidham did start off strong. The first drive, they scored a touchdown. He threw an absolute dot to Marvin Mims to get them to the red zone. And then after that, they capitalized and scored with Cortland Sutton scoring a touchdown. And after that, it was just the Patriots. They were like, yo, we got to respond quick because we know that later on this game is going to get ugly because of the snow conditions. So the Patriots offense, they started running the ball more because they knew that passing wasn't going to be the way to go this game. Drake May only finished the game with 86 passing yards and zero TDs. He had a rushing TD, but he had no passing TDs. It was basically coming down to who was running the ball more effectively and who was getting key stops on defense. That's how the whole game went. It was who could keep the other quarterback off the field. Now, for the Denver Broncos, it was a challenge for them to get the ball moving, honestly, because they don't have the greatest running backs. They have okay running backs, but they don't have the greatest, like the Derrick Henrys, the Jonathan Taylors, the Saquons. They don't have those type of backs. They have backs that run more to the outside. They're not run through the gap type of running backs. They're more of, we'll get to the outside and we'll try to get yards off of that, following blockers. So it was really hard for the Denver offense to get into a rhythm, especially with the backup quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. He doesn't have much experience in the playoffs. I feel like this was his first game. It was his first game in the playoffs, and it was looking difficult for him out there. He was under duress from the Patriots defense. The D-line was getting after it. The linebackers knew what their plan was, which was running the ball, so they just stacked the box. They put 8 people down there to make sure they can't do anything in the ground game. And then on the Broncos side of the ball, it was just hard for them to throw the ball because the other wind, the conditions. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for them because the Patriots went through the same thing. The snow was getting to them, too. You could tell because neither of the offenses were scoring. It was just three and out, over and over again. Both teams really punting the ball. Now, I feel like that decision in the beginning of the game to go for it killed the Broncos bad. You have to take the points there because if the Broncos would have took the points, it would have been a tie game. The game would have ended in a tie, and they would have went to overtime. They would have went through a fifth period, and I feel like that decision right there cost them the game. You gotta take the points when you can get them, because in the NFL, it's gonna be hard to come out of those points again. Especially in the snow, when it's cold, the ball is wet, you have to take the points. Them going for it just killed their season, basically. Sean Payton got to be better than that. He's a veteran head coach. You have to know when to go for it and when to take the points. Now, I get it. Aggressiveness is key in the playoffs. You do have to go for it at times because aggressiveness can change the game for either side. It changes momentum if you do get it or if you do get it for your team. But, man, right there, it killed them in the end of the game because they lost by only a field goal. If the kicker would have made the field goal and they took it, it's tied. It could have went either way. So, yeah, the Patriots are moving on to the Super Bowl, and they claim the AFC title. And Drake May will be going to his first ever Super Bowl. He is the second youngest quarterback ever to make the Super Bowl, which is a great accomplishment. You know, he came in, Patriots fans didn't know if Drake May was going to be the answer or not. And it turns out that if you get into a head coach that has experience, it can change the team. It really can. It could go. You could go from like a 4-13 team to like a 12-5 team. Changing a coach can really change a culture. It all depends on if the coach is good enough to make sure the team is doing their jobs right and has that toughness. And Mike Vrabel is a coach of the year candidate, and this is the reason why. They went from a horrible team the year before to a team that's going to the Super Bowl and going to Santa Clara. So now let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams game. And this game was way more exciting. 10 times more exciting than the Patriots-Broncos game. Sam Darnold and Matt Stafford, I got to give them credit. Both of them could have went to the Super Bowl. Either one of them deserved it, but Seattle just wanted it more. They had more heart than the Rams. Puka Nacua had a great game. Over 160 yards receiving. He had a touchdown. He had an insane catch in the later part of the game, which helped the Rams score. And Sam Darnold was just slinging it, man. JSN is different. He is honestly the best receiver in the league. And he proved that last night. He was getting open, running amazing routes, catching the ball, showing off great body control. Same thing with Puka Nacua. He was catching the ball, opening up the offense for Devontae Adams to cook too. Puka Nacua is a dog to a receiver. He is so good. Like, he does the job. He does the job right. He gets racked. He gets yards after catch. He has great body control, great hands. He knows when to utilize his space. He knows how to utilize his space. He knows how to get open, which is what the Rams needed. But their defense definitely let them down big time in this game. They couldn't get enough stops. Sam Darnold was just dotting them up for a majority of the game. He did throw for over 300 yards, and he threw for several TDs. He was throwing them dots, man. JSN was just cooking them. And Tariq Woolen really almost cost him the game. He dropped the interception. He had a bad taunting penalty. He got cooked on a route. Like, that may have been the worst sequence I've seen from a corner ever. Like, honestly, after this season, they should cut Tariq Woolen. He got to pack his bags and go to another team, because you can't be having that in key games like these. You can't. It's crucial to have discipline. Both teams have to have discipline. You can't be having dumb penalties. You know the refs are going to call any little thing in this league now. Back then, you could have gotten away with that, but the refs now, they're hard on that. They are heavy on taunting penalties and unnecessary roughness calls. They will call anything. You have to know when to talk and when not to talk and be overly chatty, because those refs will throw that flag. I guarantee you. They are throwing that yellow flag with a quickness, and it's going to cost your team yards, and it's going to hold your team back from where you want to go. But in this game, Seattle finished. So those penalties didn't really mean much, but in the Super Bowl, you can't have that. That can really kill your team in the end. You got to be disciplined and know when to just shut your mouth and go on to the next play. But yeah, man, Seattle, they won 31-27 against the Los Angeles Rams, and they will be advancing to the Super Bowl. And this is a Super Bowl rematch. It is the Malcolm Butler play that happened on the goal line when Seattle forgot how to run the ball. They forgot they had Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. I don't know how you forget that, but they decided to throw the ball instead, and it cost them in that Super Bowl. So this is a rematch. Will the Seattle Seahawks get redemption? And will Sam Darnold win his first ring? Or will Drake May win his first ever ring? So this game will be very interesting. I do have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game. And if I had to give a score prediction, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I feel like it's going to be close because both teams will have that heart. But in the end, I do have the Seattle Seahawks winning 30-21. I'm going 30-21 Seattle. They will pull off the win and get this ring. They will win the Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy has found a new coaching job with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been hired by Omar Khan, and he will be the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach going into the 2026 season. And my question is this, Omar Khan. Why the heck would you do that? Why would you do that? Mike McCarthy, he's won rings. I'll say he has won a ring. Not rings. He's won a ring with the Green Bay Packers. He was a great coach for Aaron Rodgers. He has coaching experience. He's been in the game for years, over a decade. But my question is, why him when there were so many better options out there? You could have went with a young coach or Sean McDermott, I know is still available. Joe Brady, he was a great OC for the Buffalo Bills. You could have went and picked him up. But Mike McCarthy? Nah, man, I don't know about this one. He wasn't that good with the Dallas Cowboys. He got fired. He only kept his job for what, 1 or 2 years, and then they sent him packing. I don't really know about this. He was a great coach back then, but now he hasn't been winning recently in the playoffs. He hasn't been doing much to get his teams over the hump. So why would they hire him? Now, as a Ravens fan, this is great for us. This is great for us because we know Mike McCarthy isn't the greatest coach anymore, which is going to lead to the Pittsburgh Steelers plummeting. We know that. But, as a football fan, I'm like, why? He isn't the greatest option. There was better options you could have gotten. There was younger coaches out there that you could have gave a shot. Clint Kubiak may want to be a head coach. Brian Flores was out there still, and y'all could have got him. I know he resigned, but if he wanted the head coaching job and y'all hired him, he would have took it. I don't know why y'all didn't just wait and get another option. The Dallas Cowboys were plummeting in the playoffs when Mike McCarthy was the head coach. I don't know why y'all would even think to pick him up. Why would y'all do that? I feel bad for Steelers fans because I know that's not the option they wanted. Looking at the comments and on Twitter, they were not a fan of that at all. They hated this pickup. So my question is this: why even bother? There was way better choices than just Mike McCarthy. You've seen him get fired before. Why would you pick him up again? I know he's a Pittsburgh native. He's from there. Good. But as a coach, he sucked. I'm going to keep it real. Now he sucked. And in this generation, Mike McCarthy was not the best head coaching pick. You could have went with anyone else. So, yeah, hopefully the Steelers do well. But I highly doubt it because we don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is coming back. They still got the draft and free agency to make moves, but you need a quarterback in this league. Quarterback matters. Defense matters, but on the offensive side of the ball, quarterback is the most important position. If you don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball, then you're cooked. You're fried. You're baked. There's nothing you can do if you don't have a quarterback. Now, O-line does matter too. The O-line definitely matters. You have to give the quarterback time to even throw the ball, but you need a quarterback that can also dissect defenses, know when to throw the ball away, know when to take sacks and not make stupid decisions, know how to be on time, know how to have precision. And Aaron Rodgers, he's shown he can do that, but he's just getting older and older. And the Steelers haven't been winning in the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. They've just been getting in the first round and failing every single time. And it's going to be the same story with Mike McCarthy. I don't know why they would just... Mike Tomlin, he did walk out by himself. He said, I'll just step down. It's not like they actually fired him. He just decided to step down. But y'all were better off convincing him to stay and keeping Mike McCarthy, who's just been getting fired and failing year after year to get over the hump and get into the Super Bowl. I don't get it. Now, like I said before, as a Ravens fan, I love it. I would much rather have Jesse Minter than Mike McCarthy any day of the week. That's my for sure pick. But why would y'all get him knowing there was so many more opportunities out there waiting for you? Man, I just don't know how y'all think Mike McCarthy was the best answer for that team. I don't. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just keep it straightforward, everybody. That wasn't the best decision. You could have went with somebody with coaching experience that's been in the playoffs and gotten the AFC Championships and NFC Championships. But man, I don't get it at all. But yeah, let's just be for real. Like, this was probably the worst decision the Steelers could have made. But I'm just so glad we didn't get him because, man, I would have been mad. I don't know how, like, I would have been heated too. If I was in the Steelers fan shoes, I would not like it either. So this has been another episode of DJ Sports Play. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel at DJ Sports Play, and also follow me on Instagram at DJ Sports Play. And this has been another segment. I'm Darren, and I'm signing off. See you guys later.